Hello, my most amazing artist. I hope you're doing fabulous today. I'm really excited because today we're going to be entering into the third dimension and learning how to take a piece of paper that's flat and making a cake that appears to be coming out of the paper. We're going to draw it in the third dimension, 3D. But before we do, let's say our art class catchphrase. I make messes. I make mistakes, but deep inside, I got what it takes. I am an artist. Great, guys. All right, so for today, we are making some cakes. Look at that. You could make a tiered cake like this one, maybe a wedding cake or a birthday cake. You could make a cake like this with lots of rainbow icing and chocolate because hello, it's gotta be a chocolate cake. Or maybe you wanna make a unicorn cake. I'm gonna show you how to make all of these different kinds of cakes. We are going to be using all of the elements of, that's right, art today. So let's go through them. Line, shape, color, baby, color, form, value, texture, and space. All right, we're gonna start with paper and pencil. So why don't you grab those things first and we'll get rolling. Today we're going to be drawing some delicious looking cake and it's going to be three-dimensional. I'll be drawing a layered or stacked cake here and a cake with a lot of yummy looking icing over here. You can pick one or the other to draw, or if you like, you could go ahead, grab two pieces of paper and draw both with me. I'm gonna move both of these out of the way. I'm using a regular old piece of paper. Sketchbook paper is a little bit thicker, so it works a little nicer, especially when you start painting. And I'll be drawing with a marker. If you want to, you could draw with a pencil. That way, if you draw something you're not happy with, you can always erase. When you're finished drawing with a pencil, then you could trace over those lines with your permanent marker. I'm actually going to be drawing with my pencil a little bit and my marker because there's some things that later I might want to change or erase. All right, so the basis for drawing this cake is we have to draw a cylinder. If this were a cake and you were looking at it from the top, you would know that the top of the cake that we're drawing is round like a circle. But we're not going to be showing the point of view from the top. We're showing the point of view, or perspective is what it's called, from the side. And for that reason, we have to do something called foreshortening. Instead of drawing the cake like a circle, we're going to be drawing it like an oval, with this part being in the back, this part being in the front. So we're gonna get really good at drawing cylinders for this. So to start, I'm going to be drawing my layered cake first. When I draw my layered cake, I'm going to start near the top of my paper. I'll leave a little room, I think, for a candle. So think about how much space you might want there. Once you've got that, I think it'll start here. I need to decide how wide I want my cylinder to be. So I know I don't want to make it too wide because my cake is going to have two more layers that will get bigger. So decide how wide you want it to be. I think I'll use 2 fingers outstretched, making like a peace sign, 2 fingers outstretched, not near the top. I'll put 1 dot there and 1 dot there, right above my fingers. To create the top of this cylinder to show that my cake has foreshortening, I'll bring a line that goes down, over, and up. It's kind of like a very small smile. And now I'll do a mirror image of that line going back, up, over, and back. Awesome. Now we've just drawn a foreshortened circle, otherwise known as an oval, or you could even call it an ellipse because it's kind of a squished oval shape. Now I need to decide on the height, how tall I want this layer to be. So I think I'll draw 2 lines that come straight down like verticals, keeping in mind that I also want to make 2 more layers and a plate. So now, do you see this curved line I made here? I'm going to repeat this curve right there. And would you look at that? We have just created the basis of our cake. Okay, now I have to decide how wide I want my next layer to be. Notice how it's near the base of this first layer. So I'm gonna make a little, maybe I'll do it 2 fingers away from that corner. Put a little dot, boop. 2 fingers away from that corner, little dot, boop. Now this curved line is what I'll be drawing here. It's going to run parallel to this one. Down, over, and up. Now I'll bring the line back, but it will not continue behind the cake because the cake is not see-through, right? So I'm gonna go back and stop, hop over the cake and come over there. Now, just like we did on this cake, we need to decide the height of this layer. So I made it, not too tall, maybe right to about there. Put a little polka dot. Bring my fingers straight down. Put a little polka dot. 2 vertical lines. Boom. Boom. And now I will connect just like that. Now, when I add this next layer, I'm gonna switch to a pencil because I will be taking a little slice out of this cake. So, I bet you can probably figure out how we're going to do this. Determine the width. Put a couple polka dots. Connect. I'm drawing nice and dark with my pencil so you can see. You might want to use a lighter value so it's easier for you to erase. And back. Back. And now let's determine the height. Let's see, I could make this layer pretty tall. I'm going to go ahead and pull my finger down. Polka dot. Pull my finger down. Polka dot. That one looks a little shorter. Let's see how it goes. Vertical line coming straight down. It's almost like a little wedding cake, isn't it? And down. And connect. Easy. This kind of drawing is a piece of cake. That means it's really easy, in case you've never heard that. I guess I could add a plate here since we know what to do. Determine the width. Connect. I got so excited about taking a slice out of that cake, I was putting this one just on the table. Heavens. You gotta have it on some sort of plate. I'm just gonna put the slice here, and I'm going to be putting a little polka dot in the center at the base of that second cake. Making a line that goes straight down, and then we're turning it into an arrow to show that we've cut into the cake diagonal, diagonal. It's a little sliver of cake that we're cutting out here. Vertical line down, vertical line down, awesome. And then we're repeating that angle that we made here, here. Diagonal, diagonal. Look and see what does not belong. The bottom of this vertical and the horizontal of the cake. This curved line right here. Just erase them away. There we go. Great. Now we can add layers. Now, if you want to add a lot of layers to make a rainbow cake, I'm just repeating this diagonal line. Let's see how many I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll do a mirror image of those diagonal lines, making sure they are parallel to the top and bottom. Great job. Now we've just taken a cute little slice of cake out of this one. Now let's add, icing, silly me. Any way you want to do it, of course. You are the decorator of this cake. You get to design your very own. It's up to you. I'm going with this nice drippy kind of frosting or icing. There we go. Great. And you are ready to add color. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and trace your lines with a Sharpie or with a permanent marker. I'm using a Ready Sharp by Ticonderoga. You could do that, and then you could start to color. I'm only going to be tracing one cake and working from there. I like to do a little something called tracing and erasing. That means I'm tracing with a permanent marker and then erasing any of my peekaboo pencil lines. Next up, I'm using crayons to color the background, using a variety of values, sometimes by pressing hard with my crayon and then lightly.